Today we're going to talk you through the best running shoes for plantar fasciitis. We're going to talk you through what characteristics make these shoes good shoes to help you with your plantar fasciitis pain, and we're going to talk you through how each characteristic might be more suitable to a certain foot type or a certain activity. I'm James, a knee, foot and ankle specialist, and I've been providing advice on footwear for plantar fasciitis for over 10 years. So the first shoe that we're going to talk you through is the Brooks Adrenaline GTS. One of the reasons that we recommend this shoe for patients with plantar fasciitis is the guide rail system that Brooks have built into their midsole. So that helps to stabilize your foot as it moves through the gait cycle, reducing the amount that it moves side to side. And that helps to control the underside of the foot and reducing the tension on the plantar fascia. It has a high heel drop, so a drop of 12 millimeters. That's the difference from the back to the front of the shoe. That can help by placing your foot on a slight tilt and shortening the plantar fascia. It has a deep heel cup, so that's the back of the shoe. That helps to cradle the heel and again helps to reduce the amount of motion from side to side. It's a little bit of a heavier shoe than some of the other shoes that we recommend, but overall it provides great support, and it's a shoe that we'd recommend for people with mild to moderate plantar fasciitis. The second shoe that we'd recommend is the Asics Gel Kayano 30. The newer model of the Asics Gel Kayano has moved away from the traditional model of having a pure medial post on the inside. It still has that in a degree of the light thrust technology, but it has improved things with a 4D guidance system. And again, in a similar manner to the Brooks, it helps to guide your foot through the gait cycle, reducing the tension on the plantar fascia and providing support underneath your foot while walking and running. As you can see, it's got a bit of a 4-foot rocker, so that's from the middle to the front of the shoe, slightly tilted upward, and that makes it a little bit easier to push off, and that's one of the areas that can really irritate your plantar fascia. So if you find it easier to push off, or if you have what we coin a stretch type plantar fasciitis pain, and it's more painful when you try to push through the foot, having the midfoot rocker can really help offload that big toe joint. So this is a shoe that we'd recommend to all our patients regardless of the severity of your symptoms. The final shoe that we'd recommend is the Hoka Arahi 6. This is one of Hoka's most stable shoes. In terms of providing stability to the shoe, they have a J-frame which goes from the outside of the shoe around the front and towards the inside. It provides stability along the inner aspect of the foot throughout the length of the foot, helping to control and reduce that inward movement or pronation motion that we often discuss in relation to plantar fasciitis. It has a much lower heel drop than both of these shoes, so it has a 5mm heel drop, so the difference from the back to the front. This is really helpful if you've got more of a compressive type of plantar fasciitis, and that's the type of plantar fasciitis where when you put your heel on the floor you get increased pain as opposed to when you push off. So by having a lower heel drop, it encourages more of a mid-foot strike to forefoot strike, taking the pressure off that compressive load on the plantar fascia and moving that forward towards the front of the shoe. It's a super light shoe despite the thickness of the midsole. So despite having a thicker midsole and providing as much support as the other two shoes, it's significantly lighter. So you get a combination of support throughout the medial aspect of the foot, you get a low heel drop and a nice light stable shoe. So it's a shoe that we'd recommend to patients if they get pain immediately on impact. If you get pain in more of the push off phase of the shoe, we'd recommend the Asics Gel Kayano, and if you have mild to moderate symptoms, then the Brooks is our go-to. So if you've got any questions, please leave them in the comment section below, particularly when it comes to different shoe types or the shoes that we've recommended. And if you found the video helpful, please like and subscribe to the channel.